Last time, in issue 1 of Lightbringer, we met Carter Granholm, a wannabe Batman with dead pacifist parents and Green Lantern powers. He lives in a city basically run by a gang called the Slavers. They do exactly what their name implies, by the way. After one too many times of running from people crying for help, he's finally decided to do something other than bore us with overdramatic monologues. Let's jump into the hopefully more exciting superhero adventure in issue 2. So here's our next cover. I think this. I don't know if this looks better or worse because like the perspective's kind of weird. Um, I mean, it's just a flying shot. Doesn't seem like too bad. Oh boy, oh boy. Hey, those are faces. Those are. Why is there a pirate? Why is the pirate talking about this? Came swooping down from the top of a building, his eyes glowing. His head, his hand shot out two beams of light down at the muggers, saving my wife and I. Feel like that's like very. I don't know. I feel like a normal person would say this differently, but okay. Was like an angel. All he asked from me was to use my phone so he could call the police and let them know where the guy was after he had knocked him out. I feel like this is like kind of run-on sentencey. He even was nice enough to escort me back home. Reports allegations of misconduct, speculations abound surrounding new. From one end of Pharaoh City to another, people are talking about him. The question on everyone's lips, of course, who is Lightbringer? I'm the luckiest guy alive. I mean it. Who else can say they're the world's first superhero? It sounds like a lot of people in your world might have beat you to it, but whatever. No one, that's who. Okay, the cape can get in the way sometimes, and flight takes a lot of concentration, but who cares? I'm cleaning up Pharaoh City, and I'm doing a damn good job of it too. How does light let you fly? Maybe I'll talk about that. I don't know. I feel like that one's kind of a stretch, unless that's a different power. Tonight alone, I bagged 3 muggers, stopped 4 groups of slavers. I can't. It's every time. I guess I'm getting a little bit desensitized to the idea. It's just slavers are just around. And foiled a robbery attempt across town. The best part is the fact that I've managed to do this all without seriously hurting anyone. Well, unless you count breaking a few bones as seriously hurting them. Still, I'm sure they'll get the finest medical treatment possible while they rot in their cells. Well, I thought that you said, like, people were corrupt and they had, like, the lawyers and stuff. So, why would they rot in their cells? Shouldn't they just be out on the streets again if it really is that corrupt? Okay, that is an image. That is an image. Okay. I may not be rich enough to make a bat cave. Holy shit, I just noticed all the text. Oh, come on, dude. Okay. I may not be rich enough to make a bat cave, but I can use the warehouse that we use to keep inventory as the base of operations for my activities. Hidden in a compartment near the old Christmas trees, I've made myself a second home. I even got like this. Well, I guess it's a furniture store, so I guess it makes sense that it just has a random coat rack just for funsies. This is using one of his old coat racks. The gauntlets I made by melting down some unsold chairs from a few years ago and using some silver touch-up paint to make it silver to better match my costume. Couldn't it have just been steelish? Because you're not melting down like wood. It's already metal. So that big of a difference? I feel like the spray paint would make it look tacky. Oh well, the purpose of the gauntlets, other than aesthetic reasons, is to give the impression that my light controlling powers come from the gauntlets, and not from my own, well, whatever it is that it really comes from. I don't know if anyone really thinks that. You need to make it look more techno if you want that to be the case. I don't think anyone's really thinking about where your powers are coming from. What is going on here? Is this part of the costume? What's going... Where is the body? Okay, I guess this is the arm here, and this... Okay, that looked weird for a second. That made him look like he had like a Superman body type thing, but I don't think that's what he's going for. Okay, the cape and costume design were mine, but I admit I took some inspiration outside of my own little life. When I was young, my parents tried to keep me away from comic books, thinking they promised violence as a method of solving problems. Still, I read them in secret. Again, I feel like you can kind of show this, but if you could at least break it up, it wouldn't be as like kind of tiring to read through. The costume is actually inspired by, of course, all things, a supervillain. But I think the look works for a guy in my position. The mask is my own invention. Based on the lenses of sunglasses, they hide my eyes from detection while letting me see perfectly. Okay, that's not a bad idea.
But frankly, I need the sunglasses angle. Anyway, I may be able to use light however way I want, but my eyes are still susceptible to the brightness. The sunglasses take the brightness away. Okay, interesting. I don't know what he's saying. The costume is inspired by a supervillain, unless if he's talking about Dr. Light. I guess there's like a chick version too. She a villain? She a villain too? Seems like this might be the one that he's talking about. I mean, looks more like her. It looks like she's a superhero. Maybe she was right after, but whatever. I didn't know that there was a girl, Dr. Light. But I'm assuming that's the one that he's referencing. I don't know who else it would really be. Okay, whatever. It's the hair that I'm really proud of, though. It's just a generic touch-up paint for furniture designed to lighten it up a bit. Oh, it's not even like messing with the light. You put paint in your hair? How do you wash that out every time? What? Water won't remove it, but if I add one or two shampoos, I can get it out with ease. Okay, I take away that my this is cool because if you need to like switch quickly, you can't switch quickly. You can get caught decently easy though. I'm also getting a lot of press thanks to my recent escapades. Few people have tried to take my picture, but whatever powers me somehow removes any features from photographs, digital or otherwise. Okay. Lightens furniture and just can't read that. Why would you use a furniture thing instead of just hair dye if you're gonna just do like the kid one if that's like for Halloween type touch up stuff? I don't get it. Why does it have to be all furniture related? I feel like that would mess up your hair. Originally, the text for this one was too small. Now it's updated with better text. Wait, why did I even bother leaving the note? Yeah, I feel like the problem is just that you have so much text. You should have broke this up into multiple pages. I guess it's all just telling, no showing. I guess there's kind of like some things to show, but I don't know. I feel like you should have probably showed the villain that you were talking about. Maybe like have him like showing like with the comic in the background showing the villain that you're talking about, because people might not be familiar with it and just be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like I'm just trying to guess who you're talking about. Let's just continue. I want to make this perfectly clear to everyone. Officially, we abhor the activities of any vigilante in the city and are actively trying to locate this Lightbringer. Unofficially. Well, unofficially, this guy has brought in more perps in 3 nights than we have in a month. Wow, you guys really suck. How do you suck that bad? If you encounter him, try to learn as much as you can, but otherwise stay out of his way. If we need to bring him in, I want to know as much as I can about him first. Okay, that's fair, I guess. And if you do run into him, for the love of God, be careful. We don't know how he does it, but those lights of his can burn you real badly. He stumbled onto Stop talking about rape. Okay. Stumbled onto a rape that was occurring and gave the rapist second-degree burns on his back. God knows what else he's capable of. I was thinking of the burns being on a different part of his body, for, you know. If this guy is some comic book hero fetishist or something, he may try to contact one of you. Hope to get the police on his side. If anyone is contacted by him, let me know immediately. I'm not putting any of you in danger without putting myself in it first. In the meantime, get back to work. Lightbringer may patrol the night, but we work 24/7. So he only works at night, and he was talking about people doing crime in the light of day? I still think that doesn't make sense to talk about that if he's got to work at night. So it's stupid and pedantic, but I swear. So we got Officer Gordon over here. Lieutenant Gordon? Whatever. Batman Man is his cop buddy, Batman's cop buddy. When I originally conceived this page, there were going to be other police officers in the shot. That would make sense, including a detective who would become Lightbringer's contact. However, thanks to my ever valiant efforts to integrate characters into a background, that didn't pan out. As such, that's why Chief Crane's head doesn't show up in the first panel. The focus was meant to be on the detective I was going to draw. Go figure. On another note, this page was my first attempt at shading. I thought it turned out fairly well, but frankly, it was far too time consuming, especially when I want to get the comic on a twice per week basis. Okay. I think he might also be doing tippy toe dominance over here. Again, nothing really interesting visually here. There's a lot of text. It's just all this text from one character. It's a lot of text. Yeah, easy for me to say we work 24/7. If the work we did was actually doing something, the Lightbringer guy wouldn't be here. Is he going? I guess he went into a different room? Because otherwise it just looks like he's just still talking in front of the other group that we couldn't see. So I feel like there needed to be more clear of a transition, maybe. I just wish I had some way of knowing he was on the level or not. Hey, what's that on my desk? I'd like to a meeting. I'd like to a meeting. To IT, the roof, police HQ, mid, come alone, light. Hey. Oh, it's a stick. Oh God, her eyes are soulless. Soulless eyes right there. Okay. Business has been slow lately, so I haven't exactly had a problem with my employees relaxing a bit while on the job. I'm sometimes simply amazed at how people can lead ordinary lives, and even in the face of all the crime that happens in this city. Still, I suppose it's only natural that not everything's so bad for everyone. There are 8 million people living in Pharaoh City, and they can't all have it as bad as I did, could they? Hmm, I guess. It's so romantic. Think of it. Right now, there's some urban knight selflessly working to fight all the crime in the city. I simply adore it. I don't think she knows what the romantic movement is. Let me let me see if I know what the romantic movement is. Romanticism emphasizes the individual, the subjective, the irrational, the imaginative, the personal, the spontaneous, the emotional, the visionary, and the transcendental. Yeah, it's about beauty of nature, emotion over reason, geniuses, okay, exceptional figures. So I guess exceptional figures might count with them. I really don't think that she's using that right. I've just got to ask myself, if he's got the time to learn sewing, put together a costume, and then start fighting crime in it, why is this guy not in fashion design? If it's what I do, if I could do all that, you're assuming he didn't already know how to sew. Maybe he's just a cosplayer, and he just had this in his closet. Michelle Allett? She worked for me for 2 years and is simply in love with the romantic period in literature. I really don't think that you're using that correctly. From what I remember from high school, she is not using that correctly. Gary Manning. He worked for me for as long as Michelle has. The guy's always got a joke ready to spring on you when you least expect it. And I guess he's just not very funny. And here's Soulless Eyed Lady. Hey, Michelle, you said you wanted to meet you here for lunch? You said you wanted to meet you here for lunch. Okay, did anyone tell you about to fix this either? Because this seems like another typo. Why is she in like a different style? Oh, or my God, it's her. Did she escape? Did someone help her? How did this happen? How can she be smiling after being attacked like that? Oh, good. Carter, this is my friend that I was telling you about. Hannah Mentz. Enjoy the mint. She'd love to work here. Yeah. Hello, Hannah. Michelle told me you want to be a stock girl. Okay, but I thought generally for stalking you want like dudes because, they need to carry heavy shit. Yep, that's me. Holy shit, she's ugly. Oh, she's so ugly. So ugly. Okay, well, I hope you don't take it in the wrong way when I say it's a little unusual to have a stock girl. No offense. But you don't seem the type to be doing heavy lifting. What, afraid I can't handle the heavy load? Well, no, that's a stone top table, right? About 100 pounds, 110. Hold this. Yeah, but why do you okay. What is she doing? Just watch and see. Wow. So am I hired? So is she like superhumanly strong or something? I don't why? Why have this element? Is she gonna be like your sidekick? Hannah was originally meant to just appear in the one part of issue one, and then we'd never see her again. However, as I continued working on the comic, I realized that in the first issue, every woman seen was being victimized in some manner, and portrayed as someone who needed saving. As such, I wanted to have a strong female character as part of the main cast. Then we see the explanation of how Hannah escaped the attacker. The full story is at the beginning of issue 3. Okay, so her escaping was an afterthought because I saw that part, the explanation. The explanation is probably the most bullshit, dumbest shit I've ever heard as a plot device. So I guess it makes sense that it was like a last minute addition because it makes absolutely no sense. Also, why did you like know the weight just said like just looking at it, whatever. Another thing about Linkara is he's one of those male feminists. That's part of why people call him out on putting so much rape in things is because he's supposedly against it. I think he made like a whole thing on like how putting rape in stories is bad. So I think that's part of why people clown on him so much for this comic is because he specifically talked about it in like videos and stuff about how, oh, you can't use rape because rape is just a thing that happens to women and you're misusing it. Which, to be fair, I don't generally like the use of it unless if you have like a specific reason to be using it. Otherwise, it just comes off as like edgelord. I don't see how making someone physically strong makes them a strong female character. Because personally, I think this is kind of dumb. Because what a strong female character looks like kind of depends on what you're talking about. Because you don't need to be like physically strong. You can be mostly like heart of the team, maybe even need to be rescued, and still be a strong female character. It depends on what you're talking about. Like, I think that Zelda can be a strong female character even if when she does get kidnapped, and not just because she can use like bows and arrows and stuff. I think it's mainly more just having like moral backbone type thing. I don't know. I feel like the strong female character thing is just in general pretty stupid, but I don't know. Smoking because he's cool. Okay. Okay, this is text. The text. Okay, that night. What am I doing here? This was probably a prank pulled by the internal affairs people. Ah, so you are here. Nice entrance. Maybe you should have had the entrance show up first, because generally you read comics like this, unless if I'm supposed to read it like this. But no, because of the way that the bubbles go, it's supposed to read it this way. So why not show us his entrance? Whatever. Uh, thanks. I like to think I have some dramatic skills. Okay, this is very okay. That's weird. What is happening in this? Like the bubbles are just all over the place. This looks like shit. The more that I look at it, the more it looks like shit. And it's not just because of the art. It's like the placement. The placement's way more important to me because again, I'm not expecting like a bunch of great art from this guy. Oh, don't thank me yet. See, I still haven't decided whether or not I should arrest you or pin a medal on your costume. Oh, why is that? Because you're a vigilante. You've already committed several assaults. Don't give me that self-defense or preventing a crime BS. You think you're the first guy who had pie in the sky dreams of taking on crime in the city with violence? 2 years ago, there was the Emerald Flame Killer. I assume you know what happened to him? Assaulting individuals who were in the process of committing a criminal act. And no, and I'm no vigilante. Strung up in front of police headquarters by the Emerald Flame Gang, if I recall say correctly. This is just like the conversation's like all over. It's so hard to read. This shit. This is just really shit. And yes, you are a vigilante by definition. Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be read like this, not like this. It's supposed to be as you're a vigilante, you've already committed several assaults on individuals who are in the process of committing a criminal act, and I'm no vigilante. Don't give me that self-defense or preventing a crime BS. You think you're the first guy who had okay. So this should probably should have been lower, but I guess because of like all the text bubbles, you needed somewhere to put him. But this needed. Oh God, this is shit. Okay, okay, more bubble, more trying to decipher how to read these bubbles. Okay, I'm not even going to talk about the art. Let's just. Where are they? They're on top of a roof, right? So I guess this is the other roof, and so it feels like this is too close. And this looks like they're across the street. Not like there's a difference in elevation. I don't know, but whatever. He's not an artist. It's mainly the writing, and with bubbles you can do placement. You don't need to be a graded art to do like some basic placement to be able to read this. I think I feel justified in pointing out the bubbles are shit. Okay, exactly. So how do I know you're not some killer who's going to be dead on my doorstep in a week? I'm not going to kill anyone. Oh, sure, you say that now, but give it time. See some of the Semir? Is that a word? Semir? Sword or disreputable? This is a word. Okay. Criminals Pharaohs has to offer, and then tell me you won't kill them. What would I have to do to prove I'm not some psychotic vigilante out for blood, but fully committed to really fixing the city? I mean, you can still be a vigilante without. I think you're being a vigilante, but whatever. All right, you want to prove that you are a real superhero, which are generally vigilantes. The kind that save the day and really make a difference. Yes. Take down the slavers. Okay, I really am getting jaded to how stupid this freaking slavers are. I want their base of operations, their associates, their clients. I want their organization so hurt that they will never be able to recover. So shouldn't he like kill them all if you never want them to recover? Because then people also won't like do it again. I guess you should probably specify with no violence or like without killing anybody, because he can do that by the killing people too. Whatever. Great, take down the slavers. Thanks for the general statement of what I have to do. I have no idea where their leaders are or even where slavers operate out of. Can you just like do some patrols and follow them out and figure out where they're going? I mean, where do I even start to look? The slavers take extraordinary care to make sure people can't find them. I thought that they were like super public about how they were operating. And you have to know where they sell people, right? Because otherwise people wouldn't be buying them. I don't know. Serpent started, the cops probably at least know that, even if they can't shut him down. When Serpent started to loan money to me, he sought me out, somehow knowing already that I needed money. I don't know. Maybe I should just go back to the store and work on the schedule for next week. I need to add Hannah to the, hey, who's down there? 30% off? Quicker. Why are there, like, no windows? Is that a fire hazard? Especially for, like, a furniture store. Huh. In this page, I wanted to give a new shot of Lightbringer in flight, as opposed to just floating. As time goes on, he'll lose the glow into his hands as he learns to do it without concentrating so much. Still want to know how light makes you fly, or if that's just like another power that he has. Okay. Serpent. Saints meat. Okay, of course it is. Serpent, meathead, and some crony. I had been planning to just beat the snot out of him on Friday and have the police arrest him when he came in to get the money I owed him. Evidently, he felt that I wasn't going to give back the money, so he's going to burn down my store instead. Well, it sure is lucky you're here, huh? Is that a chick? Why is a chick working for the slavers? And why is she here with like the rough them up crowd? I don't think that they're the most qualified at doing that. Unless if it's just supposed to be like a dude with a mullet. But I think it's supposed to be a chick. I don't think that chick would be really that good at the rough them up crew. I'm going to enjoy this. Okay, I guess this is supposed to be kind of evilish left smile. Pow! Fazoo! Fazoo! Schlit! 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 It's like Chad looking fluid. Lewis again. Black, opening eyes, coming into focus. Wakey, wakey, serpent. So I knocked him out. Oh, wait, okay. He just tender bent. He just tender bent. Okay. What? Just gender bent and got a different artist. Interesting. Okay, so over on the Comics Genesis forums in this little thread, the idea behind it is simple. Name a character you'd like altered to the opposite gender. Behold the results. And so we have the very talented NJ from Emergency Exit drawing the female version of Lightbringer, Carmen Granholm. Subsequently, this is also the first piece of fan art Lightbringer has ever received, even if it was by request. Creepy winky face. Does that count as fan art? I don't think that counts as fan art if you have to request it, but whatever. As such, how's about some more of it from you wonderful readers so I can get a fan art page started? Heh? Come on, you know you want it. Not really. I don't know who's breaking down the door for fan art of Lightbringer. How many people were reading this back in the day for him to request fan art? Okay, he did not he did not gender it's such a weird like break in the action. Just maybe that should have been like a different section or something because it's or it's like read comic here, and then where it wouldn't be like, oh, gender bent, and then we're back here. Okay, we're back to the story. Oh God, can you like just cut this up and do like different angles to have them do like the speech bubble so it's not like a weird like chart that you have to follow? Okay, whatever. Let's try this again. All right, here's how this is going to work. We are 50 feet about above Lodestar Tower, putting us roughly 950 feet up. I have some questions for you, namely where the Slavers HQ is and who their leader is. Oh God! Oh God! I would just like to note that while my abilities may move at the speed of light, I do not. Huh? Yeah, there is no leader. We just have the small. That's crap. The slavers are all about having power over other people. Whoever started it wouldn't allow control to become chaotic. Well, what I mean to say is that the general doesn't really do anything at all. My patience is wearing very thin, Serpent. Just like my ability to keep you held up like that. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? I kind of see what he's going for, but this just looks weird. This looks bad. This is supposed to show his motion versus his emotion, but I think it's just because there's not like enough detail here, and like it's weird to see his mouth, and it seems like it's just like zoomed in on like this picture here. Well, no, it seems like he just did redraw it. I don't know. It just looks weird. What's wrong with you? Kidnap I guess it's supposed to be like, oh, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Type of. You kidnap women and children off the streets. You force them into a life of servitude to you or others. You extort and blackmail people. You steal from the needy and destroy the lives of innocent people through murder and rape. Ah! Okay. Flash. Boing zoo type. Looks like a little gray alien. Look at him. Look at him. He's kind of cute. And you ask what's wrong with me as he's choking him to death. Yes, Lightbringer really made a rubbery net of light in order to stop Serpent from dying. Yeah, can you change the consistency like that? Because I thought that I don't know if I'm not like the biggest I'm not like the biggest Green Lantern person. I don't know if they can really change like the consistency of the light. Oh, well, whatever. Of course, what happens to him in the last panel doesn't really seem to make him wish to save his life. Winky face. I hate the winky face thing. It feels gross. And yes, thanks to Microsoft Word, I know that serpent is actually spelled serpent. But I have used too many pages now with spelling to change now. Chalk it up to serpent being illiterate, or me being illiterate. This is kind of ironic because one of Linkara's ongoing jokes is poor literacy is cool, spelled with like a K and an E and a W and an L. Because there was a lot of superhero names, especially in the 90s, that are just like weirdly misspelled words of common names to make it like a different superhero name or supervillain name. I think generally more supervillain. So it's funny that you did that too. I didn't know that. I was gonna say Serpent looked wrong for reading through that, but I guess that makes sense. He just never put it through an editor until later. Okay. Also, that's not just a random gradient background. It's Lodestar Tower, as seen from page 1 of issue 1 and the cover of issue 2. I was originally going to show a bird's eye shot of Serpent falling, but that didn't work out when I tried to draw it. Yeah, no, that probably would have looked a lot better than this. So I guess this isn't just a break random panel thing. It's supposed to be like the glass of the tower. If you need to explain it, that's probably an issue. It's better to kick some ass than curse the darkness. Okay. Another fan art. This time it wasn't requested at all. It's made by Joel Fagan of Joel Fagan's. I hope I say that name too wrong. Comic tutorials fame. One more piece of fan art and I'll make the fan art page. Creepy smiley face. Remember, if you draw it and you want something plugged, I'll be more than happy to do so. Oh, how I love not updating every day. So I wonder if people are gonna do like fan art just to try to get their stuff plugged. Because even if it's like a small audience, it might not like intersect with your audience. So you're trying to just increase your reach in general. So maybe that could be part of it. Because I don't know who's like, yeah, super into Lightbringer. I must admit, I didn't expect you to succeed, and even then so quickly. Hello, Serpent. I haven't seen you for seen you for a few months. Keep him away from me. Oh my God, these bubbles. Why is this like, why are these two bubbles? Why is it two bubbles? It looks like it's both from him. What's the point? Okay, on that. Oh, that won't be a problem. We'll put you uh, we'll put you up in a nice 6 by 6 room far away from Lightbringer. Admittedly, we won't be able to hold him or use testimony on him because of what I'm sure you did to him. Lightbringer, but he's not the one we're really interested in, is he? How's he gonna Okay. I guess he probably has warrants or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So I guess they're gonna try to put him away, but he might not be able to keep him put away because of the throwing him off a building thing. But okay, whatever. Nope. However, before I tell you the information I got out of him, I have one question. Who are they? Oh God, that's a good question. What the fuck is that? Why does she have a stupid little hat? What's the stupid little hat for? My name my name. Oh, I guess you're supposed to read that. Okay. Okay. I'm Dave, and my name is Alice Biello? But you can call me Code Poet. That sounds dumb as shit. And we're going to help you bring down the slavers. Next, the end of the slavers? Before you ask, yes, it is a reference to Dason? Dason? I have no idea what that is. He. I'm an imp. Creepy smiley face. And this is actually also the very first crossover with my Angel Armor books. What's that? You don't remember Code Poet in the books? Well, that's because she technically doesn't appear for another two books. Still, the character originated in the books, and believe it or not, Lightbringer and Angel Armor are in the same universe. So, who are they, and what sort of help do they bring? Find out next week with issue 3. Doesn't appear for another two books. So, like book 3, or did you just never add her into the universe? Also, why is she called poet, and why does she have a stupid hat? Sh- Is she supposed to look like a slam poet or something? What's the point? That sounds dumb as shit.
In the next issue of Lightbringer, will we learn what Hannah was doing in an alley? And will we learn why Code Poet has a stupid hat? Find out next time. Same rat time. Same rat channel. If you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. I hope to see you next time. Thank you for your time.